Madam General Evaluator. Fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, and especially Linda. I have not had the pleasure yet of evaluating you, so I hope this is a good one. What I'll be doing is telling you and the audience what you did well and why it worked, identifying opportunities for improvement, and then making specific suggestions on how to implement those improvements going forward. First off, this speech rather is about organization. And I just want to say up front, you nailed it. Very organized. Starting with the opening. You started with your opening about public speaking. We're all here, we've all done it. I thought it was very effective because it was relatable and it ties into what you were going for, which was networking. So it hooked us, brought us into your topic. The organization itself was very clear and made great sense. 6 tips, all in sequence, and I thought that one tip led into the next one pretty effectively. Your transitions were very clear. It was tip 5, tip 6. So we knew what we were going to get, and we knew that was, hey, time for the next point, time to pay attention to that. Your conclusion as well was very effective. You summarized everything that you said, tied it back into what you had already told us you were going to tell us. There was a very clear course of information flowed to us, and I was never left wondering what I was going to expect or what you were talking about. I also want to comment on this, although it's outside the scope of this. Your voice is really pleasant. You have a great rate of speaking, a very pleasant tone, and you're very clear in enunciating your speech. I only have one suggestion for improvement, and I think that this one is one that will unlock many others. I'd like to see you move away from note use. When I speak, and I found this to be true for myself, notes are an anchor. And the positive aspect of the anchor is it helps us feel safe. But the negative aspect is it anchors our eyes, it anchors our hands to the podium so we don't gesture as well, and it anchors our body to the center of the room. When you cut off from that anchor, it can be a little scary, a little turbulent out here, you know? But it frees us. We can move around. We can make better eye contact with the audience. We can use our gestures. I challenge you, in your next speech, go with no notes. 0 notes. Try it. I've done it. I had a speech where I thought to myself, man, I felt like I was reading my notes too much. What happens if I have none of them? And I gave it totally off the, not totally off the cuff. I thought about it, but I had no notes. I gave it. It was one of my best speeches. And you know what? There were times when I didn't quite know what to say. But that was okay, because instead of reciting, I was generating, and I had better tonality. So that's my challenge to you. Cut away from the anchor, try no notes, see what happens. You know, it might bomb. That's cool. But the point is, if we're here, in order to grow to here, sometimes we've got to take it here, see what that's like, and then reach the happy medium. So that experiment in me not using notes resulted in me optimizing my note usage a little bit better. One more suggestion for you. This topic didn't really lend to storytelling, although you had a couple. In keeping with not using notes, try telling some awesome personal stories. Just a thought. All in all, I love your organization. I love your voice. I'd love to see more speeches from you. Madam General Evaluator.